Right, so I thought I would just talk you through a few of the things that I was eating when I was doing my transformation, my recovery. So again, I will just remind you what I went from to what I am now. So I will just drop that in right now. So these are some photos of what I was looking like before. I'll just drop another one in. So, and this is another one, for example. So as you can see, I have like next to no bum, like at all. My legs are very tiny with like very, very, very minimal muscle mass, and same with my arms and just about everything on me, to be honest. The only thing I wasn't hating on was my tummy, because as females, I feel like we struggle so much to keep that weight off our stomach. But yeah, obviously everything else just went with it. So obviously my bum, my legs, my arms. So not just fat, muscle, like I'd lost everything. And then obviously this is what I'm like now. I literally took that photo like a week ago, maybe not even that. So as you can see, like I've built up a whole load more muscle on my legs. Same on my, I've obviously like put on weight around my stomach area, but I would say like I've got a very strong core. I have also built my glutes up, but I'll show you that on the next photo. So yeah, this is my glutes now in comparison to like what they were before. So I'm going to tell you the sort of things I was eating. I have done a video on like little tips that I have as well for the gym in terms of like my transformation, but I am going to do a separate video on some of my favourite glute workouts for you guys as well. But this one is just primarily food, so I will start off in a second. But yeah, as you can see as well, my quads have grown a considerable amount. I've just got a whole lot more muscle mass in comparison to the before photos. So first off, let's talk about the calorie difference. So I literally went from eating, I'm going to say roughly around about 800 calories, 600 to 800 calories a day when I was in my before pictures. I did have an eating disorder. I've been very honest and open about that. So obviously the calorie difference that I'm going to obviously explain to you is a complete massive difference. So I went from 600 to 800 calories a day to then within a week I went up to 1,000. The following week I went up to 1,200. Then I went all the way up, eventually made it all the way up to 2,500 calories, okay? So there was like a considerable amount of difference in my calorie intake. Also, I will point out as well as when I was eating those little amount of calories, I was still doing a lot of cardio. So my output was so much greater than my input. And that is why I was dropping weight all the time. I mean, I was dropping weight like daily at one point, and it was dropping off me rapid. Whereas when I was eating the more calories, my input was more than my output. So in some ways you could say I was on a surplus, but in reality I was just getting back to like a healthy weight. And then obviously from there I was like then gaining muscle and muscle building. So what sort of foods was I eating? So I was having things like protein shakes. I have actually got one now with my creatine in. So another thing, a lot of people don't actually end up taking creatine. I personally did. I personally found that it made a bit of quite a considerable difference to my body shape and how it looked. But I had an extremely high protein diet as well. So I probably eat around 100 grams to 110 grams of protein a day. Now I'm a very fussy eater. Very fussy, I'm going to be totally honest with that. Like meat wise, I only eat chicken and turkey, and I will eat fish. I do eat fish. So the majority of my meals were literally based around having carbs, meat and like vegetables. So I was having like chicken, rice and veg, but I was like volume eating the veg. So I was having like, it was filling me up. So I was having like big meals. And I was having things like turkey mince with rice, broccoli, spinach, things like that. And then in the mornings, I was having protein granola with protein yogurt. With I'd then have like a pre-workout shake, and then I'd finish the gym and I'd have a post-workout shake. I'd then come home and I'd have a post-workout meal. So snacking, I'd be having things like fridge raiders. Everything that I was eating was just like protein based. So like fridge raiders, protein yogurts like the Arla ones, or like the protein puddings that you can get from Aldi and Lidl and places like that. So I was eating like a very high amount of protein because I was so engrossed with like seeing that growth. Like I really wanted to transform my life around and change my body around in comparison to what I was before. I'd like hit a brick wall and I thought, right, this is like it for me now. I really need, because I was on death's door, so I really needed to make like that life-changing difference. And like I got to that point where I was like, right, it's either this or die. So, you know, well, not either this or die, you know, like I could have just put on weight and not wanted to go down the weight training route and the healthy, but I thought like this is what I want to do now. Like I want to be strong and healthy, and I never want to feel that insecure about myself ever again, that I end up having that happen again. So that was the route that I chose to go down. So I'm going to drop a few sort of meal ideas in of what I'm like eating now. It's very similar to what I was eating before, because I have recently only just got back into the gym. I did stop training for about 6 months for personal reasons. So again, I'm trying to build muscle back up now. So yeah, I'm like eating a very high protein diet again. So what I'm eating now is very similar to what I was eating back then. So I will drop a few of the meals in. But yes, I really, really hope this is helping or helps whoever it needs to, because I understand how difficult it can be to put on that weight in a correct sort of way. Okay, so here's a really good example. So this was just a snack before the gym. So I had sourdough bread with spinach, chopped tomatoes and seasoned chicken on top. So that was for before the gym. And then I came back and this was my post-gym meal. So I've got a whole entire chicken breast there. So it's like a chicken stir fry basically. So I had this post-gym, then I had it again for tea. Because I'd like halved it and did another chicken breast with it as well. And this is another meal. I know it doesn't look the most appealing, but again, me being the fussiest eater in the entire world, like I've literally just got, that is 1.5 tins tuna there with rice and spinach. Again, that is the microwavable rice, and that is a packet. And then, like I said, that's a 1.5 tins of tuna. So like I know it doesn't look very appetizing, I know it doesn't look like much, but obviously I do enjoy it. I'm not just eating it for the gains. Like I actually enjoy that sort of food, which I know probably sounds crazy to most, but I do actually enjoy those sort of foods. So that's just another example. I'm just doing this so you can see what sort of food groups I'm putting on my plate at a time. So I've always got my carbs, my protein and my vitamins, always, without fail. Then this is the sort of thing I will have for breakfast. So I've got in there at the bottom, you can't see, but I've got oats at the bottom. Then I've got protein yogurt, and then I've got mixed seeds and nuts, a little handful of cranberries, chia seeds, and half a cut up apple in there as well. Or if I don't have that, I'll drop another one. Yeah, if I don't have the oats and stuff in the morning, I will just have like scrambled egg with avocado on toast with spinach. I have 2 eggs, and then I also have egg whites with that as well. So again, I'm making sure I'm getting a nice high protein breakfast in. And then this is just like another example of a really good meal that's really banging and tasty that you can get in as well. So I actually did that chicken in the air fryer. I crushed up cornflakes, dipped them in egg whites, and then coated it like that. And then I've got potato and sweet potato chopped up there to make like the crispy fries. Again, did it in the air fryer, and it was really lovely and dead healthy. Well, not dead healthy, but healthier than having, it's basically like a bit of a fake away. And then I finished it off with having like spinach and cucumber on there as well. But I also just wanted to put you on to something if you're not already on it. Like if you're anything like me and you are addicted to coffee, like iced lattes, whatever, this is honestly unbelievable. Like I am a coffee addict. I mean, like I'm sipping on my iced lattes multiple times throughout the day. This is banging because you're getting your protein in at the same time, and it literally tastes like an iced latte. It's a win-win. But as I've said, like I really hope this helps. Again, this is literally just the food that I ate. Okay, so I'm not saying, I'm like a dietitian or anything like that. I'm literally just going off what I did because that's what I've been asked. So I really hope this helps. And if anyone has any more questions, please do not hesitate to message me, because as I say, my DMs are absolutely always open, and I'm happy to help and give advice on my personal experience and what I did. So